Hello everybody, Steven here with Cardboard Coalition, and today we figured we'd bring you a review of Cactus Town by Second Gate Games. Now I had to think about it, I had to think again. think. This is for ages 7 plus, it's 2 to 4 players, and it takes 20 to 60 minutes. Now I do have my notes to try to keep us quick. Alright, or allow us to kind of go through this. I'm going to put it off to the side here. I don't know, because how I have it set up. But anyways, so this is a review, and this is the Kickstarter Deluxe edition, which I think the Deluxe you can only get from Kickstarter, and that's why they have the little Kickstarter thing on the box. So this is the Deluxe edition, but everything I'm going to talk about, this is just the base game, and everything I'm going to talk about will connect to getting the standard edition, and we'll tie that in a little bit at the value when we get into it. All right. Let's go ahead and jump into this. So the theme of the game, this is a Western, or you can use an American Western or Wild West game. Here in the States, we tend to say a Wild West game when you're talking about theme. And this is just about the shenanigans that go on in Cactus Town. This means sheriffs trying to get outlaws, outlaws trying to steal loot, the bounty hunters trying to steal the outlaw from the sheriff to take the outlaw and get the bounty for themselves. And then there's the can-can dancer, which seems pretty fun because they're out to get revenge on everybody. They're just out to get revenge on the town, which is really fun, how the theme's set up. So that's the theme. Everyone's kind of going after everybody. It's Wild West. Everything is crazy. So that's the theme. All right. I realized I can't really see this from way over there. So we'll make a little bit of room here. Move the cards and stuff. All right. So if you want to know how to play the game, how to set up, you can watch the how to play that we did that shows you how to set up the game, which is really easy, and how to play the game. All right. So the mechanics of the game is programming. You have 3 cards. You have 4 cards really. So you have these 4 cards, and you pick what card you're going to play. You set them face down, and then extra card. And I won't get into all that. It's your extra shot. And on your turn, you flip 1 card, and you choose to do something on that card. If you can't do anything because an opponent's done something that's blocked you, then your turn's over. And you go through your 3 cards back and forth or around the table between your opponents. And you are going against each other in this. It's not a co-op. It's definitely a regular game where you're going against each other. All right, so you kind of go through them. So it's a programming game. I try to look it up and see other things they talked about. They talked about being a module board. I'm going to talk about that a little bit more when I talk about the replayability and stuff. But I would say basically it's a basic programming game, right? I'm not saying the game's basic, and we'll talk about that here in a minute. So it's programming. Programming is the mechanics. All right, so the ease of play, really easy to play. Like it says, it's 7 plus. For some people, the cartooniness of it kind of pushes away. I like it. I think it's cute. It's adorable, right? It's fun. I wouldn't have to have like a super cool, tough looking cowboy to have this game be more fun. I think that the kind of the zaniness of the game the cartoons go with that zaniness. So the ease of play, it's a really easy game to play. Like I said, you can watch the how to play. You program your cards. Each person has their own win outcome, but it's really simple. The outlaws have to find 2 of their loots based on their little cards there. They have to get them out of town. The sheriffs have to capture 2 outlaws to win. The bounty hunter has to find 2 horses in town, steal 2 horses, and capture 1 outlaw, right? And then the can-can girl, what is it? She has to win 3 duels, I think. Yeah, she has to win 3 duels and pay 2 debts. That's what it is. 3 duels and 2 debts. You have this card right here that gives you the victory conditions for each player. You also have this card right here that shows you where to Cerebi up and kind of how to set up based on the amount of players. So the The ease of play in teaching is really simple. You do have to teach for each person for who their character and their winning outcome. You do have to teach each person, but there's 4 characters in this. It's really simple outcomes. It's really simple to explain. And then the idea that you have your cards that you pick for movement, right? You pick 3 different cards for movement, and you have 1 extra card that gives you some extra bullets if you have to have a gunfight with someone, right? So really simple learning how to play, teaching how to play, even though you have to teach each person their thing. I would say if you're playing with someone new or you want to make it really easy for them, I think the sheriff's the easiest, then the outlaw, then the I gotta look in here, bounty hunter, sorry. Then the bounty hunters. Then the can is a little more difficult, but it's not that bad. To pay the debt, they have to go to certain buildings and then to win shootouts. But I would say that's the level of difficulty. And even at the can, it's a pretty easy teach and pretty easy play. So it's easy to teach and play. It's easy to jump into this. The replayability, I would say, is really good. You have these cards. This is where it goes into the modular board. You have these cards and you shuffle them out. Sheriffs, where's the sheriff? The sheriff's right here. It's a really easy card to find because it's dual-sided when you're messing with the deck. Goes in the center. It's a 5x5 grid. You put the cards out and they're 5x5. People who need locations draw locations from here. As you see, the outlaws have 2 because they had gotten one of their loots out already, but they draw their 2. Or in the beginning, they draw their 3 locations to figure out where they are going to steal loot from. So the replayability is really good because how the town sets up, you change up the characters and who plays against who. Even if you're the sheriff 2-3 times in a row, the outlaws aren't going to go get their loot from the same area, which means they're moving around the board. Air conditioner kicking on, sorry. Even if you're playing the outlaws multiple times in a row, the loot's going to be in different areas, right? The ability to get outside of the town, because for them to win, they have to get the loot and come outside the town, leave the town, which is the outside of this 5x5 grid. It changes, right? Where the sheriffs are, where the other players are, all that stuff changes. So I think there's a really good replayability. Now, the production value, I have the Kickstarter version, which comes with the miniatures and the wooden coins instead of the cardboard coins, and these customized dice, which just have printed on faces with the numbers, as opposed to color-coded dice in the standard edition. They're color-coded because each person has a different color backing to their card. You still get that, but you get standees in the standard version. I can talk about that here in a second. So the production value is good, and I do have the standees for whatever reason. I wish we would have got the dice too, but we did get the standees, and it's a decent thickness in the cardboard. I mean, even the box is a good thickness in this box and stuff. They put a lot of love into this, so the production value quality is pretty good. And then these cards are linen finished, right? So that's always nice. The rule book's really, I put it back in the box. The rule book is like a pamphlet, right? You unfold it and fold it together. It's okay, right? It's not all that bad. Now, the value versus cost. How to explain it? So getting the standard edition, which I think most people, if you want to go out right now and buy it, you could probably find someone selling the Kickstarter, maybe pay a little bit more. But for the standard version, $30, $29.99. Then you can go to places like Miniature Market, and I don't know if Game Nerds has it, places like that, and you could probably get it for a little bit less, probably $4 or $5 off. But we'll go with the MSRP at $30 with the base game. So that'd be standees instead of these, and it'd be colored dice, but not printed like that. And you don't have this board that you put out. That's the other thing with the Deluxe, is you have the game board that you put out, but it's just a 5x5 grid. You don't really need this game board to set it up. Is it helpful? Kinda. Needed? No, kind of thing. So for $30, I think you get the 4 characters that you can play with, and there's expansions. We'll talk about that in a second. You get the 4 characters to play with. It's a great value. I'm going to be 100% honest. If you like the theme of Western, if cartoon style doesn't put you off, it's great because this is a gotcha game. And some people don't like the gotcha game, but you're literally playing against each person here. There's a Cowboys expansion, which I haven't played it yet, but if I remember right, you're just trying to push your cattle across the town, but everybody can mess up what you're doing. So in some ways it is kind of take that. I haven't played the Cowboy enough, so there might be some take that against everybody. But when you step into this, if you accept that it's a take that, it's just fun. And for $30, you sit someone down, you sit 4 people down and play. It's just laugh after laugh. Even when you're getting screwed over, you're the outlaw and you're just trying to get out of town and everybody's trying to jump into your building. It's the town card. You're trying to jump on that town card to prevent you from running out of town because you have to sneak to get away, and you have to run to get out of town. You can't just sneak to get out of town. It's funny, it's frustrating and funny all in the same thing. When you're the sheriff and the outlaw keeps running in a different direction and getting away from you, right? Or they're putting things in the way, the can girl gets to throw dynamite and push people out of areas and back and stuff. It's fun. Just know that everybody's after everybody in this game. And if you know that, then it doesn't feel like you're getting picked on so much. Now, maybe if you're up ahead and everybody knows you're closer to winning, they might try to work together to slow you down a little bit. But for everybody to win, at the end, there's only one winner, so they have to go against each other. So my argument would be for $30, this game is well worth it. It's well worth the fun as long as you go in knowing it's take that. Like I said, some people don't like the take that, but this is a fun take that, right? And it's chaos. And that's the other thing. The chaos and the take that makes it really fun. So for $30, I think it's a great value for everything that it gives you. Now, the version I got, and hold your horses. Don't blame too much right now. But the version I got, this one, the Kickstarter one, was $96. Now, what's that get me? It gets me minis. It gets me. See if I can reach all the way over here. It gets me a ton of minis. The extra characters to play different modes. There's a couple modes in here, wooden tokens, and it has the 3 expansions: the Lone Ranger, the Chief, and the Princess. They have names. It's the Chief and the Princess, and the Cowboy expansion. This has all those in there, so I'm paying for those expansions. I didn't look those up. I'm assuming they're probably going to be $10 to $15, the standard version. But of course, I got all the minis for all the characters, and there was an extra like little pets one. I got the little minis for that and all this kind of fun stuff. So even, I'll put it this way, even at paying the $96, remember I had to pay shipping, and this was before the big costs and stuff. So $10 maybe, or $15 or something like that. So I'm looking at 100. Actually, I think it was 103 if I remember right, out of pocket to get this here. Do I feel like I waste my money or bad about it at all? No, I don't feel bad about it at all. These little dice, and the special dice, though I wish they were engraved more than printed. I still think I'm okay with what I paid for what I got in this game. We'll put it that way. So then if you look at it, the standard at the $30, it's almost like a steal. If you watched my other reviews, I was talking about another game. I try not to talk about different games in a review or anything when I'm dealing with this game. I try to deal with just whatever game I'm dealing with at the time. So we'll just say another game. It was one of the few times where I felt like maybe I should have just got the standard. Right. This one, I have no problem. I like the idea of blinging out games, and this comes with a lot of upgraded components. The base components are great, but going from cardboard to wood and from standees to miniatures, all that kind of stuff. So I definitely think it's worth it. Now, would I play this again? Yes. Would I ask to play it again? Of course. And as usual, it's finding the right group to make sure they get fun. They get fun out of it. Yeah, I can speak English. They have fun, you have fun, and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, I would play it again. I would ask people to play it again. I really like it. I don't feel like I wasted my money. You might think, oh, you wasted your money, you might as well just get the $30 version. I'm into mechanics too, but I'm also into all the fun of the extra blinging out, this looks cool kind of stuff too. So for me, I had no problem. But if you're looking at it and you want to spend 30 bucks, which it might be the edition that you can easily find or more easily find, I would say get it. I would say check it out. If you have smaller kids, it is a basic kind of understanding of how to play, and they can play. But then there are a couple versions where you can play. It's like Pioneer mode, and you put your cards down, but when you pick them up, it's kind of backwards. So you got to program yourself backwards, which makes it fun. There's that kind of stuff. But overall, I think it's a really great game. So that's it. I think I covered everything I wanted to cover. Oh, that's the one thing I was going to talk about, and I just thought about this in this one. The amount of players and the time. 2 to 4 players, because I have the deluxe version. If you find it, there's a single player mode where you can play through it. I haven't played it yet, so it changes it to 1 to 4 players. Is awesome. You might want a larger player game, but I think it's pretty good. And then the time is 20 to 60 minutes, right? And it really does work in that. Sometimes the outlaw finds their loot really quick, or the loot's on the edge. So they find it and they just, next turn, they jump off the map. Sheriff's not even close enough to do anything. So it's 20 minutes to an hour, which I think is a good time for a game. Yours might vary, but I think it's a good time. But there we go. Overall, that's the review. Really enjoy the game. I have fun with it. I think it's great. I'm okay with zany, silly fun. So I hope you guys enjoyed this review. I'm Steven with Cardboard Coalition. I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.